Hey everyone, this is Chris, and I have COVID. Yeah, if you haven't heard, I've got COVID. I'm now on day 4, episode 3, living with COVID. If you're watching this channel for the first time, I encourage you to go and watch episode 1 so you can kind of figure out what's going on here. I want to give a big shout out to all the viewers that have been watching this. I kind of just did this as something to do while I'm dealing with COVID and isolating. And well over 1,000 people have already viewed episode 1. Almost 400 people have viewed episode 2, and we have about 85 subscribers. So thank you so much for everyone that actually cares about this and has checked in. I think it's great. So hoping to get well over 100 subscribers today. That would be cool. And actually, might as well shoot for 1,000 subscribers total. Might as well make this channel actually go. So if you've liked what you've seen, I encourage you to click that little, I think it's one of these sides. There's a little virus sitting there, a little coronavirus. Click on that and you can subscribe there. And that'd be great. It'd really help me out and tells me it's worth doing this and putting this together and trying to help people. So today is a little bit different than the last 2 episodes. I actually have a special guest. Her name is Amanda, and she's going to be joining me. She's been a friend for quite a few years. And she actually tested positive a day before I did. So she's going to join us just in a second here. She is actually kind of the inspiration for me to make this channel. She jumped on Facebook and she posted that she was COVID positive when she found out. And initially I hadn't really planned on really letting many people know at all. And I'm like, maybe I should share my journey and my story of going through COVID, and that's kind of where it started. So that's about it for that. And so I'm going to jump right into that interview. Thanks again for watching, and hope you enjoy this. So welcome, Amanda. This is episode 3 of living with COVID, or I have COVID, whatever you want to call it. My daughter told me I have to call it a video log, or no, a vlog. A vlog is very uncool, so I got in trouble.
Yeah.
So
all these young people rules.
Yeah, the weird thing is her friends are watching this. So
that's awesome.
Or they've been watching another one, so they'll probably see this too. So how's life with COVID?
Boring. Really, really boring. I have somebody else living in the house. My boyfriend has a room in here, so he's been living on one side of the house. I've been living on my side of the house. I do not get to cook. I kind of stay put all day, which is not the most exciting thing ever, though I do have a little cat that's like to harass me. She's going to keep clawing at me for now.
Yeah. So does he cook for you and bring food to you, or how does that work?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he'll make me coffee and he cooks for me or makes me food. I can't actually taste anything right now. Well, let me rephrase. I can taste. I know if something is salty. I know if something is sweet or if it's sour, but it has 0 flavor. So I could eat, a lime and I'll know it's sour, but that's about as far as I get. But yeah, he cooks and he brings me my coffee and puts it on the stairwell, and then I come down and I come grab it, go back to my side. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I just wanted to first of all say thank you for coming on today, and before we get anything, and honestly, I tell you that I think I told you this before, but you're kind of the inspiration for starting this channel. You posted like the day I found out. I think the night before my wife told me that you were positive. I'm like, because I wasn't thinking of actually even posting or telling people, because I guess there's a little bit of a stigma with COVID and all that stuff. You're like,
terrified. I was terrified to go in for that test. I figured I was going to get it eventually. You can't really stop things, and I am out in the world to some degree. My job dictates that I go to work and I show up and I do my things, and I wear all my masks. I use a sanitizer, but I'm kind of a fatalist, I guess. I figure, you can't cure death and you can't cure the cold. I figured I was going to get it eventually, and I wasn't looking forward to that.
So any idea where you got it from?
None. Thankfully, my contact tracing didn't take too much work. because where I do go to work, everything is pretty predictable. I know exactly where I've been going and who I see. So there wasn't a lot to go through. I don't know anybody who has COVID. I met somebody who had it last year, and that's the only person I actually knew prior to this that had or has COVID. So yeah, it's a guessing game. Every single person I have met with a sniffle or barely a cough, I'm like, was it you? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I was recently went out for a walk before this, and a friend of mine was sick. Actually, no, Mark. I was so worried.
Yeah.
I gave it to him before, so I was just talking to him on the Rotary Trail. So
yeah.
Mark's probably watching this. He's negative. I
Yeah,
just found out,
what made me go in was the fact that I was so scared of getting a positive and having to be the first one in my circles and at my work that had this positive diagnosis. I only had a sore throat. So yeah, I definitely would have never thought that I had it, but
Yeah, the initial symptoms are surprisingly mild, at least for me too. Just a little tickle in my throat. Like I coughed a few times.
Yeah.
My wife's like, oh, you should get tested.
And actually, Fraser Health told me after I got my diagnosis, they said a tickle does not count as a symptom. So I'm not 100% sure they are right on my first day of symptoms, because I had a feeling of losing a battle with a cold. So I had no symptoms. There was nothing actually there. I just felt off. But they said it doesn't count as a symptom. So, yeah.
So what day are you on now of COVID being?
Let's see. My first day of a symptom was Thursday. So, they say stay in for 10 days from your first symptom. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today's Tuesday?
Yeah.
I think today's day 6. I'm not allowed out till the 24th.
Okay. Yeah, my date's 25th.
I'm in the middle of it somewhere. I don't really know what day it is anymore.
I know. It kind of blends. Yeah, for me, I've been isolating since the 2nd, so it's been because I had to start early. So
that's crazy.
So it's been weird. It's been hard.
Yeah.
So how did you respond? How did you respond first when you found out? Like, what was going on in your head?
The very first thing, I made it through. My doctor actually was the one who called me. I found out I had COVID because he called. And I made it through that phone call. And then I just kind of sat down and cried. I'm like, I can't believe I have to call people. I have kids that share a home with their dad. So I had to call him and be like, so I have COVID. Can you keep the kids for extra time? I had to call my work, which wasn't fun. So yeah, I sat and cried for a few minutes before I pulled myself back together. But and then Fraser Health called, and oh gosh, 50 minutes of are you sure you didn't go anywhere else? Are you sure you haven't been to somewhere? And it's like, oh yeah, no, here. I wrote it all down. So it made it easier, but yeah,
it's kind of interesting. Like, well, I think all of us probably that have had it kind of go through those kind of terminal thoughts, I guess, at first, like, oh man, like, what if it's serious? Getting ready for this, and but yeah, I
was gonna say I wasn't really worried in the beginning, and I'm not really worried now. Like I was saying earlier, I kind of have the opinion that we can't cure death. Is one thing that is guaranteed for all of us. So I don't spend a lot of my time stressing out. Where I take it seriously, because every 1% is a face that belongs to a loved one. Generally, most of us are fine. I didn't really have a lot of that worry. The first night I went to bed, I was like, oh crap, actually, this could be serious. And I had I probably have a few moments of anxiety every night before bed. But outside of that, thankfully, I am confident about what happens when this world passes and I go to the next. So I'm not concerned about it. Which is good.
So it's good having that kind of confidence.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't really had that issue. I did think about things like life insurance and all that kind of stuff, though, just to make sure my family's taken care of a little bit. I'm like, I think we're up to date. So
Yep. That's, I know I got that there. So,
Yeah. So what symptoms have you had so far? Like how's it been?
The symptom that sent me in the first place was I had a sore throat.
Yeah.
So that's probably kind of the worst of it, along with the unable to taste anything. I think it's one of the most depressing symptoms of my life. Food has not been very enjoyable, so that kind of sucks. A little bit of a stuffy nose, and then just tired. Maybe a little bit more tired than I thought originally. Walking around will leave me a bit breathless, but for the most part, that's about it.
Yeah, so nothing too much. Yeah, so you've been lucky too. Yeah, today I would say I'm almost symptom free. Just stuffed up a bit.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. So. It's all like right up in here for me.
Okay, yeah, mine's more my throat. So
yeah, thankfully I've had almost no involvement with my throat or lungs.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, the first night was pretty bad. So, and that's when I knew I had COVID. It's like, feel it. Cool. Any tips that you've done or things you've heard that you've done to kind of help with symptoms or to stay healthy?
I have been drinking a lot of water, which is really surprising for me. I'm not a huge fan of water. But
I guess if you
vitamin
can't taste
C,
anything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, that's the reason I don't like water, is it doesn't taste like anything. It's so boring.
Yeah.
Oil of oregano. Now that one, I love the fact that I can't taste anything. It's down the hatch and no problem now. Before it was this kind of potent stuff. So
okay.
For the most part, just resting.
Yeah, cool.
Staying place, and
Yeah, my wife has made sure I'm staying healthy, so she got me a few things. Got that, like vitamin D. Oh, we can't see it.
Awesome. No, you can't see it. Yeah, my sister's a nurse, and she had said vitamin D as well.
And then this stuff, emergency.
Yes. Yeah, I got that.
She bought me one of these like air or oxygen saturation finger things.
Oh.
It's been
that
good.
was the one thing I did wish I had, actually, because when I have my moments of fear,
panic?
it's usually it's usually related to oxygen, just because they say that you might not even know that you're low oxygen.
Yeah.
And
that's what I've heard. Like people don't know, and then all of a sudden they're really bad.
Yeah, so
they've got pneumonia. So
that would be bad. I don't want that. Yeah.
Got one of these things. See thermometers.
Awesome.
Saved my bacon yesterday. Melatonin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So I did not sleep the day before, so I did sleep last night.
I know. I saw that you couldn't sleep. That would be
chocolate.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
Oh, boo! I can't taste chocolate.
Oh, I can still taste it. Doesn't seem to be affecting that yet. So, yeah. So what's been the biggest challenge?
Well, hopefully you don't get it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Boredom.
Yeah.
Just staying in one spot, trying to be productive without going anywhere. I have a whole bunch of craft stuff that I could be using. I've got books I could be reading, but I kind of get caught in that trap of scrolling mindlessly on Facebook, which kind of sucks. So just trying to break myself of that and actually do something that will feed my soul and make me feel better about life. Yeah. I've had a lot of contact with friends and family through texting and phone calls, so that's always been nice. I've quite connected.
I guess that's one of the good things about like letting people know, is I think a lot of people go through this and they don't even let anyone know because they're scared of it. So then they're really alone.
Yeah.
And
that would not be fun.
With your thoughts. So so maybe that's probably a good reason to actually let people know the situation you're in.
Yeah, and I've surrounded by such an amazing crew of people. So people dropping stuff off and going and getting groceries for me, and
that's awesome.
Constant check-ins. So that's always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So anything that's kind of come out of COVID that's been good, like things you've kind of been able to, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really.
I guess maybe just facing inner demons about doing things like going in for the test and telling people, because I definitely did not want to be the first one, but I guess personal growth would be one area that is good, but
cool.
A couple more Scrabble games. I haven't played Scrabble in a while.
Oh,
That's nice.
You on Facebook or whatever on the online kind of thing?
It's an app.
Okay.
So play it online. It's funny, I play with my boyfriend, so he sits in the basement and I sit upstairs and we play back and forth.
Scrabble. Do you win?
Exactly.
You've been
I'm pretty good at it. I've been playing it since I was 12, so
Okay.
got lots of practice.
Yeah. So
Yep.
what's been the best tip you could give to manage your mental health during this time? I know that's a big issue for a lot of people, the isolation and your thought life, I guess.
Don't read the internet. Stay off the internet.
Yeah.
I think most of my panic kind of set in when I started to Google how to watch for symptoms. So definitely, if you are worried, maybe call a doctor, but stay off the internet.
Yeah.
And then just do things that are actually good for you. Like I've got my painting stuff upstairs. So.
Yeah. Well, great. Thanks for coming on the show today, and hopefully you had a good time.
Lots of fun. Yeah, definitely.
Something to do
I know it took some time out of my very busy day. But,
yeah, I was worried about dipping into that. So.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. Well, thanks, Chris.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Amanda. Tomorrow we're going to address a big subject with COVID, and that is the stigma that goes with it. So tune in tomorrow. We're going to be going over that. I'll try to have that video dropped by 7 p.m. Pacific time. So today, if you like this video, hey, why don't you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get notified tomorrow when I post my next video. And I really love your comments, so please comment below if you have any questions. You can also, I added my email there. If you have any personal questions, you don't actually want to do it publicly, you can actually share it, an email with me if you had some questions or things like that. So I've got some time off here with COVID and isolating. I'd like to help as many people as I can, or at least put them in the loop with some other people that can help them. So thanks again for watching. You guys are the best. See you tomorrow.